Achoo! Sniff, sniff, sniff. Dear, 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 dear. Achoo! Sniff, sniff, sniff. Dear, 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 dear. Oh. Oh, ah. Oh, oh, ah. Oh. Achoo! Sniff, sniff, sniff. Dear, 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 dear. Ah. Cup of tea. Cup of tea. How many sneezes is that today? Sniff, sniff, sniff. Dear, 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 dear. How many sneezes is that today? Oh, my back's still sore after that fall in the kitchen. War hero injured bending for tea bag. Take my pill. I don't know. 2 metal knees. Touch of angina or an aspirin to thin my blood. False teeth, hearing aid. Well, I pop off, they'll have to hold the service in a scrapyard. Laser treatment on my cataracts, that was a bugger. And then I discovered this light is green, and I always thought it was blue. Always had trouble with that, though. I like your blue jumper, Peter. It's not blue, it's green. God knows how the RAF ever let me up in a Spitfire. Henderson cannot always distinguish the grass from the sky, but we think his attitude will see him through. Now, what's the next item on the agenda? Ablutions or phone Betty? Got to check your lady friends are still alive. Bugger it. I'll have a ciggy, ring Madame Gazonga, and then a blute. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Dear, 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 dear. Hoofty, poofty. Oh. Blue tits on the fat ball again. No problem with their cholesterol. Bugger. Answer phone. Good morning. I expect you're on your way to the phone or in the bath or down the garden. Everything's A-OK this end. Blue tits on the fat ball again. Speak to you shortly. Bye-bye. Didn't get to the phone in time. Try again in a jiffy. Never thought my last overtures to a woman would be doing her garden for a sticky bun or 3. Still quite a handsome woman when I first offered to thin her seedlings. Right. Engaged. She's trying to ring me now, the silly sausage. Oh, little fart. Better go for a shit. Oh, oh, bugger. Hello, good morning. And how are we this morning? Yes. Yes. Have you looked under the flower pot? The flower pot, yes. Silly woman. You know I always put it under the flower pot. You were there when I did it. Oh, anyway. Blue tits on the flat ball again. Rained in the night and I had to get up 3 times. What? No. The 2 things weren't connected. Dear. Don't worry about that. I'll bring some twine when I come over. You know I always come over on a Tuesday. We want to prune the wisteria, don't we? Oh, don't we? I thought... All right. Yes. Usual time. Well, the other usual time then. Yes. By-the-by. Go for a shit. Oh, got a message. Peter. Well. Peter's coming to live here after all. I know you mentioned it, but I didn't think... Thought he'd have a family of his own by his age. Seems only yesterday he wrote that little poem for my birthday. Where is it now? I hope I'm like you when I'm 52, that I can look back and say, son, that life was fun. I'll do it again someday. I hope I'm like you. Certainly wouldn't have said that if I told him everything. I remember that birthday. I rang Julia, went and picked her up, brought her home, and ended up celebrating my 52nd having fun and frolics on the sofa bed. While Maggie was in hospital. Dear. Thinking about Maggie now. Didn't seem to affect Peter much when he was little, her illness. Happy little boy. Always wanted to do things with me. Aeroplanes, war films, going to football matches, World Cup 66 and all that. Football mad. He could be a bit demanding, is that the word? Going to the fun fair wasn't enough. He'd want his own fun fair in the back garden. Dad, you got my helter-skelter yet? I looked everywhere. I couldn't find one. Never seemed to settle. Left school early, different jobs. Got himself a degree and then went to work in the bloody biscuit factory. Then the bingo. Why couldn't he get a proper job in a suit? Found himself a nice girlfriend though, and well, I was expecting wedding bells, but, well, then Maggie moved down to be close to him and didn't handle it very well when she died. He'd always liked to drink, just like she had, but after that, oh, dear. Still, two single gentlemen sharing digs. Should be all right. Oh. Hello, Peter. Betty. Under the flower pot. The blue one by the back door. What do you mean it's green? If it's by the back door, then it must be blue. Oh, silly woman. Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I won't forget. Sticky bun. Yeah. Bye. Oh. Picky about his sticky buns. Very particular. It's got to be a bun, and it's got to be sticky. I don't know, I never had a game plan, but if I had, it wouldn't have featured being single and moving back in with Dad when I was 48. It's not as if I moved back into the ancestral home. Dad bought the cottage after he left Mum when he took up with Julia. I bet she chose the place. Little Victorian, 2 up, 2 down, roses round the door. Right up her street. Anyway, when I moved in, first thing Dad did, took me under the stairs, showed me the fuse box. When I moved in with Jo in Brighton, she took me upstairs. Showed me her fuse box. Bingo called. She knew her own mind, Jo. She was strong, punky, electric red hair. Not my type at all, really, but she fancied me, and that's the right old turn on, isn't it? And she drank pints and stood her around. In those days, I kept my drinking in the pub, but Jo bought her pills by the thousand, and there was always a bottle of scotch floating about. Sex and drugs on draft. And I still had my exes. Amanda. Oh, Amanda was gorgeous. That hot, steamy summer of '77. Couldn't keep our hands off each other. But she dumped me, broke my heart. So I met Rosie on the rebound. Another blonde, only 17, she played the flute. Now Amanda suggested getting back together, but changed her mind after I told Rosie I was still in love with Amanda. Broke Rosie's heart. She gave me a black eye with a waste paper bin. So by the time I met Joe, I was trying to get Rosie back, but still pining for Amanda. And then there was Liz. Oh, bollocks, what was I thinking? Oh, of course, Joe was having none of it. Rosie came down to Brighton. I was in a pub with Joe on the seafront. Rosie's in the bar next door, dressed to kill. And I was scuttling between the two. Oh. But I made the grown-up decision. I chose Joe's intellect and spirituality over Rosie's breasts. And the big bag of drugs under Joe's bed never even come into it. Game plans. Scoring the winning goal for Spurs in the cup final, that was one. Had a great left foot. Shit.